What is up, RDX Nation? Coming at you live from Idaho Falls, Idaho for this week's Perspective, where we tell your stories and we highlight top performers. First off, it's May 29th. Happy Memorial Day. If we have any men or women that work with RDX Nation that have served or are currently serving in the armed forces, we salute you and we thank you for all of your sacrifices, and we're extremely grateful for you and your families. Guys, we are at the end of season 1 of the summer. So every month is a different season, meaning that you have to treat each month differently in the way that you work, in the way that you manage. And this first season is all about getting over the learning curve. And we are getting to that point. This Wednesday is the last day for you to be able to submit your pitch pass off and your objection challenges. So make sure those are in by Wednesday to qualify for the curve, which is that bad birdie polo and that sick hat. So those are coming up. This week, Dave, myself, and a bunch of the corporate staff are traveling down to Arizona to do the Red Shoe Tour there. We'll be meeting with all 3 regions, with Redemption, with Synergy, and with Apex. And we will be having a meeting where there will be 70 to 100 guys in the same room with a ton of energy. So watch out on social media for that. That being said, we are going to jump into the Mamba. Guys, it is Mamba season. Season 2, June, is all about the Mamba. This week, we're going to be, myself, the corporate staff, and the VPs are going to be getting on a phone call where we're going to go pick our top picks. We're going to talk about who might be dark horses in the tournament. But this week is all about seeding. So make sure that you are working your hours. Even just getting one account or going from one account to 2 accounts, every account matters in securing your seed in the tournament. But just for getting into the tournament, there's some sick swag that's on the line. So make sure that you're getting an account and securing your spot in the tournament. But man, things are going to heat up in June. May, we crushed through 500 accounts. We'll end up between 550 and 600 accounts. And we expect to be between 700 and 750 accounts in June, all due to the Mamba. Guys, buy into the tournament. We allocate a lot of resources to be able to push production, and nobody has ever regretted going hard during this time. I'm already getting text messages of people calling their shots, saying that they're going to take down last year's Mamba champs. We have Greg and Tate Moser that are going to hold their own this year in the tournament, and it's going to be an amazing performance. So look forward to this season of Mamba. Let's jump into our top performers this last week, starting with lead reps. With 5 last week, we had Gabe Barnhill. Congrats on securing the number 1 spot. Number 2, we had Taylor Funk with 3. Eli Averett with 3. Daylor Reimer with 3. And rounding out our top 5, Karen Meisner. We talked about her last week. Congrats on 2 weeks in a row being in the top 5. Okay, our closers. Man, we got to highlight this guy, Luke Murdoch. 8 accounts last week in New Mexico, still crushing it every single week. Congrats on a massive week, Luke. We have Greg Osborne. He was out visiting the South Carolina office with Jake Zimmer. He had 5. Jake Shreve, man, the most consistent man on the planet, continuing to be in the top 5 with 5 accounts. Love to see Preston Erickson's name also with 5. And then rounding out our top 5, Derek Marlowe with 4. Man, I have a lot to talk about here with our top teams. Destroying the competition this last week. Congrats to Team Omega with 17 accounts. Number 2, Paulo Buendia and Blake Decker with Team Lux with 12 accounts. And then we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 11 teams all within 3 accounts of each other. So this race is heating up. I'm excited to see who continues to get through the learning curve and who takes advantage of the Mamba season to go break through this tight race that we have. So we have Kaizen with 8, Invictus with 8, Team Messor with 8, Team Apollo with 8, Team Elite with 8, Team Exclusive with 7, Prolific with 7, Alpha with 6, Victorious with 6, Redemption with 6, and Nova with 5. Guys, that is the competition to go win this year. That battle's going to be tight. There's some secrets in getting your team to the top of that list, and we're going to highlight a couple of those secrets a little bit later in the podcast. But something new this week that we're going to start doing, we want to start highlighting our top regions. So our top 3 regions. We have Team Arbor, Caden Bloxham and Tyler Bean, in the entire squad, top region at 32 accounts. We have Tribus, Trey Erickson with 25 accounts, and Team Apex rounding out our top 3 with 23 accounts. Okay, now it's time to recognize a few individuals. I'm really excited about these 3 individuals that we're going to recognize this week. We're going to start off with our number 1 leader up this last week, Gabe Barnhill. As I was talking with his leaders about what happened this week with Gabe, they said that Gabe did an incredible job of confirming his appointments. He went back before the doors because they were transitioning between cities and went and confirmed his appointments and made sure they were good and on the calendar. He even brought them a few little gifts along the way, and it really paid off for Gabe this week. He ended up with 5 accounts. So whatever you're doing, Gabe, keep it up, keep up the hard work. Okay, number 2, Itana Risher out of the exclusive office in East Bay. Itana has been trusting the process over the last few weeks. She hadn't had any luck yet, so she had been 2 or 3 weeks without a deal. And if this is not a testament about trusting the process and just continuing to deliver the inputs that it takes every day, I don't know what is. Itana had 3 accounts last week, and it's a week like that can absolutely trust or change your summer. So Itana, congrats on a massive week. Let's keep that momentum rolling through this next week and keep showing the boys what's up. Congratulations. And last but not least, Peyton Nelson. Peyton Nelson has worked with Radix for 3 years, I believe now. A very familiar name here. But Saturday had a 3 spot, and then he also set an appointment that he couldn't make it to, so he sent another closer and had an assist. So the hat trick on Saturday with an assist. Congrats, Peyton, on an incredible Saturday. That leads into the secret sauce. Team Omega, 17 accounts on Saturday. An incredible Saturday performance. Guys, Saturday historically in door-to-door in a decade has always been an incredible and the most important day that can save your week, and Omega proved us right. They were at 8 accounts going into Saturday, and they had 9 closes on Saturday alone. And when I dove in and talked with Jace Hansen and that entire group, the key is Friday. So they started this thing that's called F 'em Up Friday. Let's not maybe share that publicly, but it's called F 'em Up Friday, where they create a competition that drives confirmed leads going into Saturday. So with that, from those confirmed leads, they had 6 deals that closed, and they really communicated closely as closers as those deals didn't sit potentially what same day slots were open. They also had 2 or 3 same days. So Saturdays at Radix have to be all out, especially if you're in a summer team. You only have 14 Saturdays. They need to be 9 to 9. It has to happen. It can absolutely and will change the direction of your summer personally and for your team. Let's make sure that we are making the adjustments necessary on our team to deliver an amazing Saturday performance. And congratulations and thanks, Omega, for leading out in those efforts. Okay, a quick leadership thought. I have two quick points. One, embrace being pushed. This time of year, we are telling your managers that the most important key ingredient to a successful summer is time on the doors. So if you're getting some push from them to and some extra accountability to be on the doors and to work into the dark and all those things, just know it's coming. It's coming from us as owners. It is the key ingredient this time of year. Now that you're through the learning curve, you've got to go execute. You've got to go spend time on the doors. That is the secret ingredient. So embrace being pushed by your managers and respect them for that. Any good coach, any good manager is known for pushing and for helping elite athletes push to be better. That's all they're doing. I promise you, they're not slave drivers. All they're doing is making sure that you can have a good experience and go home and have good things to say about your experience. And that's going to happen if you make the money that you want to make. And they are just continuing to push that agenda from the top all the way to the bottom. So you guys, we love you. We're grateful for you. Happy Memorial Day. We'll catch you guys next week. Happy Mongo season.